What's up, Inquirers? I want to take a few minutes to chat with you guys about something that's kind of been weighing on my heart. But before I do that, I just want to preface the fact that I'm not left, I'm not right. I'm for humanity and the continued existence of us as a species. But with that being said, I could never condone the death of a man in front of his own family for sharing his thoughts and opinions. A lot of people have lost touch on what the whole idea of freedom of speech is and why we live in this beautiful country in the first place. First and foremost, the whole idea of freedom of speech is that you have the right to share your opinion on both sides of the aisle, and you also have the right to debate that opinion, hopefully in an intelligent way. But as a society, we've gotten to a point where we would rather resort to violence and silence the other side instead of actually having an educated debate about things. And the only thing that I've seen anybody do is continue this facade of both sides fighting at all times. Jesus always spoke of a message of peace, and even being crucified on the cross, he said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they've done." So rather than continuously fighting this other side and always having this violence back and forth that the elites want us to fall back into, how about at this given time, we fall back into a point where we can all love and start to embrace each other instead of just continuously resorting to violence? And with that fully brings me to my next point, that I think that everybody in society needs to have faith in something. And a lot of people try to take time to try to deny why anybody else's faith in anything or belief in anything is absolute bullshit, but people need that, honestly. Personally, I would rather believe in something rather than absolutely nothing. And if it gives people a good paradigm to be able to live by, it gives people good morals to live by, and it also gives them something to look forward to rather than just absolute dark nihilistic ideas of death. It gives them this idea that they get to see their family again. It gives them this idea that they get to feel love and this embrace again from something that comes from beyond. Why even squash that for people anymore? Because I see a lot of attack on the whole idea of Christianity, and regardless again of what your faith is, I don't really care what it is. Everybody deserves the right to believe in something because it gives them something to live and something to die for. And that's where it brings into the whole idea of why I think this new Christianity movement is starting to happen. Through tumultuous times, people look for a message of peace. So rather than continuing on with this idea of trying to destroy the other side, we need to start living by that Christian message of trying to resort back to peace with everybody. Because as long as everybody continues to fight, you're just giving power to these people who are trying to control all of our minds and continue us fighting so that they can control us through all of the chaos. Which also brings me to my next point that I wanted to address with a lot of my listeners, and also with help to a good friend, Seth Vanderbrook, who is a previous guest on the show. Again, I would rather believe in something than absolutely nothing. And having the idea that our entire existence started with a little bang takes just as much faith and belief as our existence being created by some type of creator being or creator God. So that being said, of course, it's not going to influence the show whatsoever. My whole premise on why I started the show in the first place was because I wanted to be able to bring in this paradigm of everybody's different thoughts and opinions and beliefs on the world. But I myself have been saved, and I can say that I am now a Christian. But that being said, I want to live by the true message of that, with teaching peace to everybody and teaching peace to both sides. I don't want to see anybody argue anymore. Again, I don't care if you're left or right. I just want to see everybody come together and start to live in a world of peace, because we all talk about this message and everybody wants to talk about it, but all I continuously see is chaos in this world. So, that being said, the only way that we can start to fix this world is if we first fix ourselves. And if it takes Christ or it takes whatever religion that you choose to fix yourself, that is a good spot to start. And you should continue down that path. And if your path leads you to any point of violence towards the other side, then clearly you haven't chose the right path, and you need to step back a little bit and realize what the true intention of what your path that you chose was. Because just a reminder again, at the end of the day, what this world needs is love. So God bless all you guys.